Have you ever poured your entire soul into someone, only to have them shatter it into a million pieces? I have. My name is Alex, and for 7 years I thought Emily was my forever. We built a life together, a home filled with laughter and dreams of the future. Our friends called us the perfect couple. But behind that perfect facade, a storm was brewing, one that would wash away everything I held dear. It started subtly. Late nights at work became more frequent. Her phone, once left casually on the coffee table, was now always face down or clutched in her hand. When I'd ask what was wrong, she'd just sigh and say I was being paranoid. She made me feel crazy for questioning her, for feeling that cold distance growing between us. I started to doubt myself, thinking maybe I was the problem, maybe I wasn't enough. Then came the day that changed everything. It was our anniversary. I'd planned a surprise trip, the kind she always dreamed of. I came home early, flowers in hand, my heart pounding with excitement. I walked into our bedroom and found it. Not her with someone else, but a second phone hidden deep in her closet. My hands were shaking as I turned it on, and there it was. Months of messages, photos, secret meets. Not just with one person, but with a man I considered a friend. The world went silent. The air left my lungs. The man in the messages wasn't just a friend. He was my best friend, Mark. The betrayal was a physical blow. It wasn't just an affair. It was a calculated deception involving the two people I trusted most in the world. I saw pictures of them in our favorite restaurant, on dates during her late nights at work. They were living a second life, laughing at me behind my back. At that moment, something inside me broke, but in its place, something else grew. A cold, quiet resolve. Didn't confront them. Not yet. Crying and screaming would only give them the satisfaction of seeing my pain. No, my revenge wouldn't be loud. It would be meticulous. It would be a slow dismantling of the web of lies they had so carefully woven. I started gathering evidence. I copied every message, every photo. I learned about the money she had been taking from our joint account for their secret getaways. I learned about the lies Mark had told his own wife. I became a detective in the ruins of my own life. While they thought I was oblivious, I was building my case, piece by painful piece. Emily would come home, kiss my cheek, and ask about my day. And I would smile and lie right back to her, my heart a block of ice. The stage for my revenge was set for a place they'd never expect. Our annual friends and family summer barbecue. It was our big event, hosted in our backyard. Everyone was there, our families, our mutual friends, Mark's wife, Sarah. The sun was shining, music was playing, and Emily and Mark were mingling, occasionally sharing a secret, knowing glance when they thought no one was watching. But I was. Halfway through the party, I stood up to make my traditional toast. I raised my glass, my hands steady. I started by talking about love, trust, and friendship. I looked at Emily, then at Mark. Their smiles were plastered on. Then I changed my tone. I also want to make a toast to secrets, I said, my voice cutting through the cheerful chatter. And the people who think they can keep them. The garden went quiet. I pulled out a small projector I had set up earlier, and on a large white screen I'd hung for a slideshow of our best memories, I started my presentation. It began with photos of me and Emily, happy and in love. Then the screen changed. It was the first text message, then another, then a picture of them together. Gasps rippled through the crowd. I watched Emily's face drain of all color, her smile crumbling. Mark looked like he'd seen a ghost. I narrated the whole story, the late nights, the stolen money, the web of deceit. I calmly presented every piece of evidence. I ended with a photo of Mark and Emily kissing, taken just last week. The silence was deafening. Sarah, Mark's wife, let out a sob. Emily's parents stared at her in disbelief. There was nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Their lies were exposed for everyone to see. I didn't shout. I didn't cry. Simply said, "The house is in my name. Your things are in boxes on the porch, Emily. Mark, I hope you can explain this to Sarah. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I think this party's over." And I walked back into my house, leaving the wreckage of their lives scattered across my lawn. It was about truth. They didn't just break my heart. They tried to make me believe I was crazy. But in the end, my revenge wasn't destroying them. It was about reclaiming my own sanity and exposing their lies for what they were. The road to healing is long, but that day I took the first step by refusing to be a victim in my own story. Thank you for listening to my journey. If you've been through something similar, know that you're not alone, and your truth deserves to be heard. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more stories.